Welcome, everyone. On this topic, we'll focus on the most persistent challenge in knowledge management, the buy in. We'll talk about why buy in becomes difficult across different organizational levels and why KM efforts often fail even when the technology is strong. Then we'll connect buy in to OD thinking because buy in is not just persuasion, it is a change process that depends on participation, meaning, trust, and visible value. Finally, we'll walk through practical ways to build buy in at executive, managerial, and employee levels using a conversational participation based approach to KM. Now let's be direct. Buy-in is the biggest hurdle because KM is rarely just a technology problem. Many KM programs fail because they are treated as IT installs, like platform first, people second. But knowledge sharing requires trust, meaning, and habit change. People must believe that sharing knowledge is safe, valued, and useful. Without buy-in, KM systems become empty libraries. The platform exists, but people don't contribute, don't reuse knowledge, and don't change how they work. Buy in is not just people saying yes or okay in a meeting. In KM, buy in means sustained participation, meaning people contribute knowledge, they reuse knowledge, and build KM into their routines because it genuinely helps them do their jobs. So buy-in is behavioral. It is visible in repeated actions over time, not one-time enthusiasm at launch. But buy-in is not the same at all levels. Executives often need to see strategic value and performance impact, while middle managers worry about workload, competing priorities, and sometimes control, because knowledge transparency can change power dynamics. On the other hand, employees often worry about safety and time. So they might ask, if I share this, will it be used against me? Will I be judged? Is this extra work? So buy-in requires level-specific strategies. The barriers are very human. People feel they don't have time. Trust is low, so sharing feels risky. Benefits are unclear, and people don't see how KM helps them. Feedback loops are weak, like people share but nothing happens, so motivation drops. Also, KM often feels disconnected from daily work, like the platform is somewhere else, not integrated into the workflow. And sometimes culture rewards knowledge hoarding or individual competition, making sharing irrational. OD gives us a helpful lens, that is, buy in as a change process. Now, participation increases ownership and diagnosis clarifies what users need, so KM solves real problems. Norms and values shape willingness to share, and reinforcement matters. If KM isn't institutionalized through routines, recognitions, and leadership modeling, people revert to old habits. The conversational leadership approach emphasizes that KM grows through conversations, not just repositories. Conversations create shared meaning and trust. Now, dialogue helps convert individual experience into organizational knowledge that others can reuse. In other words, KM is not only storing, it is sense making together, then capturing what matters in forms that can travel across time and people. Executives buy in when KM is connected to strategy and performance. That means showing how KM supports faster execution, improved quality, better decision making, reduced duplication, or reduced risk. It also helps to define success indicators early, so KM is not vague. and leaders must model participation and provide resources. If leaders don't use KM, the organization reads that as optional. Managers buy in as when KM helps them meet targets without adding chaos. So KM should integrate into workflows, like how meetings, projects, and handoffs already happen. Clear expectations also matter, like what is required, how much time is allocated, and what good participation looks like. Also, managers may fear loss of control. Transparent rules and fair use of shared knowledge reduce that fear. Lastly, employees buy in as when KM is safe, useful, and easy. Safety means people aren't punished for sharing what they know or for admitting uncertainty. Usefulness means KM helps real tasks today, like templates, lessons learned, quick answers, contacts, and shared practices that reduce rework. Ease means low friction, like simple contribution processes that don't feel like extra paperwork. And recognition matters. Close feedback loops so people see their contribution being used. A practical strategy is co-design. Instead of building KM for people, build it with people across levels. Diagnosis helps identify real knowledge pain points, like where knowledge is lost, where rework happens, and where decisions repeat. Then start small, prove value, and expand. Use communities and champions to sustain momentum because KM spreads socially through trusted networks. Sustained buy-in depends on reinforcement. Embed KM into routines like onboarding, project closeouts, meetings, and handoffs. Align incentives and recognition with sharing. Also, make use visible, like in stories, metrics, and outcomes that show KM is producing value. And keep conversations alive because meaning fades if dialogue stops. We evaluate buy-in by looking beyond logins. We track contributions and reuse. We watch whether KM reduces rework, speeds decisions, and improves quality. And we monitor participation patterns across levels because buy-in must exist not only at the top, but also in the middle and at the front line where daily work happens.